Hello, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Mary, and welcome to From the Heart.
Orlando is widely known for its tourist spots and attractions, but many people don't know about its thriving arts community.
We are excited to introduce to you talented and passionate artists who are here shaping our arts community. How do they create and why? And how can Orlando benefit from an even greater arts presence?
On each episode, we'll meet guests who are influential leaders and artists who are truly making a difference.
From the Heart.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to From the Heart. I'm Joshua.
And I'm Mary.
And we're excited to bring to you all that's new and good when it comes to the arts in Central Florida.
Today, we are very happy to be talking with Mitzi Maxwell, Executive Director of Mad Cow Theater. We look forward to learning about Mad Cow and what it's like to run a theater. Welcome, Mitzi.
Thank you.
Welcome. Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Mitzi, tell us the history of Mad Cow Theater.
Well, I'm really glad you asked about the history because we're going to be celebrating our 18th season when Tommy opens here in a few days. I am really grateful for all of the time that we spent in Central Florida, but it actually started in 1997 in an old blueprint factory by 4 artists here in Central Florida. 2 of them were directors, 2 of them were actors, and they really just wanted to do a show. They found a couple of plays they were interested in, and they rehearsed a little bit, and then the first season it was like 3 productions, and now we've grown to where we're doing 10 plays and musicals a year, plus a science play festival and a cabaret festival. And the very first year our budget was $1,000, and now we're over $1 million.
Wow.
And this is really the story of a grassroots organization that started with artists, and we built the organization around that art.
What's the science play festival?
Oh, man. This is so neat, Mary. This is the second year we're going to be doing it. It's a weekend of readings of science plays. So plays that some are 20 years old, some are 2 months old, where we invite artists and scientists not only read the plays, but talk about them in a talkback format afterwards. So we have scientists from Rollins and from University of Central Florida that join us for these readings, and it's just really something neat.
What's the most famous science play there is that we might have heard of?
Well, I think that, many people would probably know Arcadia, which is Tom Stoppard, and Proof.
Yeah, okay.
So many of these have been turned into films, and you may not know them as science plays, but they all contain several science themes within them.
One of the things that I love about Mad Cow is that your programming is so diverse on your stage. Tell us a little bit about your commitment to seeing, it's never going to be the same thing when we go to Mad Cow Theater. Tell us about that.
Well, it started when the theater started, we wanted to present as many voices as possible. So for the first 10 years, we did not repeat a playwright. And honestly, I don't know of another theater company in the country that's done this.
Wow.
So if you can imagine, we've now done something like 120 different playwrights. After the 10th year, we did start to repeat a few, George Bernard Shaw, Stephen Sondheim. But every year, 75% of our productions are from playwrights that we have not done.
Wow.
So that's, of course, involved a lot of different voices, a lot of different themes. We've covered everything from racism in the Black community to Galileo, which tells the story of discovery, up to our most recent play, Tommy.
So, it's hard, I think, probably as an executive director, because you get to have a say in the programming, to not have your personal opinions in what the shows are going to be like. But today you can. So what are some of your favorite plays that have been on your stage? Who's maybe your favorite playwright?
That's really, what's hard about that is that I look at plays as children. There are many, many different shapes and sizes of them. They're just wonderful morsels. So it's really hard for me to pick one. And I probably won't do that. But I will tell you that when we pick the season, there is a lot of commitment to the different voices that we want to present and to the different time periods.
How do you go about picking a season?
Well, we like to say we always have a pot of titles on the stove. So simmering on the back burner is a whole bunch of titles because there are hundreds of plays, of course, in the American canon, and it's really quite interesting how we pick all of them because we have to pick 10 every year. It's really quite something. So it involves first establishing some tent poles, plays that we think are particularly compelling and will really, many people will respond to them. And then we're looking for unique new plays or new plays to Central Florida to embellish them. It's really like making a meal. It's like if you're having a dinner party and we're going to start with the amuse-bouche and we're going to go all the way through to the after-dinner drink.
So every season?
There is, and it's not always a perfect arc. Sometimes it goes up and comes down. And every season's a little bit different. So right now we're working on our 20th anniversary, which is in a couple of years, and we're looking to see what kind of plays we'll do then.
Wow. I love your talkbacks. Tell us about that.
Well, I'm really proud of those talkbacks. For 17 years, we've done talkbacks every
people what
Thursday
they
and
are.
Sunday. Oh, it's probably good to do. After the show, about a minute or two when the show ends, the audience stays and the actors come out, some of the production team, and we have a lively discussion. It's
Twice
moderated.
a week, right?
Twice a week. And in fact, if you're just walking down the street, you can come in, if you've already seen the show, and just come back for the talk back if you want. Absolutely. You need to do that sometime. But they're really fantastic because people will ask questions about the play. Maybe they'll have a question about, well, why did this happen or why did this character do this? But also about the process. The creative process, not only in terms of the performers, but also the visuals, because there are many ways that you need to escort a production from start to finish.
Do you see questions coming out of that talk back that are more than about what the play they just saw, maybe the emotions that were inspired from that, or just the thematic things that you're trying to bring out?
Absolutely. I think every talkback is different, Josh. I'm always thrilled with people because they might talk about themselves, they might talk about their relationship to the play. They also may offer up a piece of what we call dramaturgy or information about the topic in the play that everyone just loves to hear about.
That's exciting.
Yeah. What are you most proud of?
I think at Mad Cow, what I'm most proud of are the theater's relationships. Because those relationships have carried us in many cases through the 17 years, but we're also looking at building new relationships. There were many people that helped us right at the very beginning in 1997, and we still have people that are supporting the theater in that way, but we also look for ways to support other arts organizations that are rising up, because as we all know, a rising tide floats all boats.
Well, and the organization I get to lead is a new organization. You've been a huge support and huge fan of that, so that testimony to that. But you were telling us a fun story chatting off camera about when you first started in the rehearsal space that was given to you and how precious that was. Tell us about something that's so simple but can mean so much in the community.
Well, you'd be surprised at the things that theater companies need. They need everything from lumber, they need paint, they need fabric, they need rehearsal space, as we talked about before. And I think throughout our 17 years, those needs have not changed. Those are still the building blocks of theater. So we will have donors, for instance, that will bring us copy paper, and we're thrilled. And we'll have someone that will decide to put their name on a theater. We're thrilled. So there are many ways to support not only Mad Cow, but all organizations in Central Florida. And I would just urge people out there to give, to offer.
So Mitzi, tell us how we can learn more about Mad Cow.
Well, the best way is to go to our website, madcowtheater.com. It's really feature-rich. You can learn about the plays, the productions, and events we have coming up, but also Facebook. We hope you'll like us and check us out there.
Do you post photos from your productions on your Facebook?
All the time. All the time. So
Rehearsals too?
you know it. Absolutely.
Very cool. So it's been great learning about Mad Cow. We're looking forward to learning more about it. When we come back, we're going to hear more about the goals and the vision of Mad Cow Theater and more about Mitzi as a person and as an artist.